where people are suffering, the economy's tanking. What the hell is happening? Financial sector is actually hurting pretty bad right now, partially because another bank is actually in the midst of a collapse. All thanks to our favorite scammer, Scam Sam. I think he won the award for 2022 Scammer of the Year. That, of course, is because of FTX. Apparently, Silvergate Bank, famously a crypto-friendly bank, is going to voluntarily liquidate its assets and basically shut itself down. In a very sad press release, Silvergate said, in light of recent industry and regulatory developments, again, thanks to Scam Sam, Silvergate believes that an orderly wind down of bank operations and a voluntary liquidation of the bank is the best path forward. They said the bank's plan will include full repayment of all deposits. We've heard that before. The company is also considering how best to resolve claims and preserve the residual value of its assets. Apparently, they're getting monitored by the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. That's the regulator for La Jolla, California bank, Silvergate. So the Silvergate Bank crash is actually such a big deal that even a White House spokesperson referred CoinDesk to Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. She said that the president would actually continue to urge Congress to take action on crypto issues, which of course includes regulation. This is all thanks to Scam Sam screwing things up for the financial sector. Big problem. So a Senate Banking Committee chairperson from Ohio, they said, as the impact of FTX collapse continues to ripple outward, today we're seeing what can happen when a bank is over-reliant on the risky volatile sector like crypto. Basically, they're using it as an excuse to go after crypto banks. So when they're talking about this over-regulation, they're looking at regulating traditional financial sectors, banks, that deal with any kind of cryptocurrency. And this is the example that the Senate Banking Committee chairperson is saying. He's basically saying that they're concerned that banks are getting involved with volatile currency, cryptocurrency. And he said, I quote, "I've been concerned that when banks get involved with crypto, it spread risk across the financial system, and it will be the taxpayers and consumers who pay the price." Now, that's absolutely true. I certainly don't think that traditional banks should be basically overplaying their cards in cryptocurrency, especially given all the access to funny money. And FTX was a perfect example of this overabundance of funny money that, boom, just disappeared. Funny money comes and goes very quickly. Anyways, the Senate Banking Committee chairman, he continues. He says that's why he's continuing to work with colleagues in Congress and financial regulators to establish safeguards for our financial system from any risks in crypto. He's basically saying we're going to try to prevent banks, traditional banks, not necessarily crypto-specific financial institutions like Crypto.com, or BlockFi, but traditional banks that basically are overplaying in crypto. That's probably a very, very good idea. Silvergate Bank overplayed their hand in crypto. They revealed that they actually faced inquiries from bank regulators and the DOJ, Department of Justice. Of course, after they reveal all this behind the scenes regulatory scrutiny, well, their stocks fell. Of course, the bank itself is basically worthless. So why all the scrutiny on Silvergate? Apparently, Silvergate took out approximately $4.3 billion in loans from the Federal Home Loan Bank of San Francisco. And according to CoinDesk, this should have sparked concern from the regulatory bodies because, of course, Silvergate has provided banking service specifically to crypto assets for a very long time, since 2013. And since 2013, Silvergate had created this exchange network, sort of an internal settlement tool between its own financial clients that dealt specifically in crypto. So why is Silvergate kind of important? Because they provided a lot of people with access to crypto coming from a traditional bank. This is problematic because being a traditional bank, many of them don't fail. And this is the first major bank that has failed since 2020. Apparently, according to Bloomberg, it was the most shorted company, beating out even Carvana. So everyone was betting. It's like everyone knew that Silvergate would collapse. So plenty of people are betting against crypto banks, apparently, especially after the aftermath of the FTX collapse, the whole bankruptcy. But what Silvergate does is goes to show that some of the biggest names in investments, we're talking about Citadel, BlackRock, they all have stakes in Silvergate. And that's why it kind of makes it a big deal. And of course, some of those guys had stakes in FTX as well. they're one of the creditors. This is why the government, this is why the White House was asked about this collapse, because it affects these big names. Probably the feds are going to announce an investigation into Silvergate, of course, as all part of the investigation into the FTX collapse, because you can't have big money firms crashing because of someone like Scam Sam screwing people over with funny money. In its highlight, it was able to amass nearly $12 billion in crypto assets. Of course, this is all before the giant collapse. And as Bloomberg reported, Silvergate collapsed amid the scrutiny from regulators and criminal investigations done by the Justice Department, which of course is a good thing because of its dealings in FTX, and Alameda Research did a great job. Again, all this is the first bank failure since 2020. Well, guess why? Because we're all in more debt, inflation, so they print out funny money. Of course, the banks are not going to crash and collapse if all this funny money is flying around. Check out this video. Maybe, just maybe, things can improve and will get better. But, of course, something has to change. The financial culture here has to change. Well, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. Smash the like if you haven't. Please do subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.